Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. As we left off, we were conducting an investigation within the hallway of where the murder occurred. Well, pretty much it was in our room, but we were kicked out in a sense, so now we had nothing to do but check out the hallway. And we're almost done, but we kind of figured that, wait a minute, what happens if she opened the wrong door? But it's like, how can we figure that one out? So let's go ahead and try examining our door. So, I guess the thing we could check would be our doorknob, because I guess that wouldn't necessarily be locked. Or maybe the fingerprints on there. I think that would be okay. I don't see any signs of forced entry. According to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. And there you go. I probably should have kept that into the last part, but, you know, screw it. And now we're done. Poking around this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, man, that was Maggie, not Gumshoe, but whatever. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being a killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. AKA my door. So what, he's just standing there not doing anything. Sportsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Alright, let me take a gander on it at it. Pass it here. Yeah, it's exactly how you handle evidence. Okay, looking good. You there, take care of this. Go! Oh, really, there was no need for that, Gumshoe. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. Out of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you want. If you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. You see right through your unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Ha ha ha! Who would ever have thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor is Manfred von Kramer, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this insistent chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that, too, will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? Oh, trust me, I will prove something. So, let's hear his rebuttal. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Far from it, buddy. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence. Alrighty. So he says, one thing that kind of caught me a little bit off guard. Not something I can actually present on, but to find more information here. He's saying, how do I propose that he unlock the door? Well, let's just press on that right now.
Hold it.
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Why the hell not? You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. And the only way you can open the door is using the master key.
Take that!
I believe you were able to open my office door. With the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. Oh, wow, look at him sweating. Seems like we got something going on here. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. And the only person would be, of course, Maggie.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See? Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression that the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think that was his room? Well, it's not really hard to think about. What is something that he has right next to his room that kind of signifies, oh yeah, this is my office right here? Well, it would of course be that basketball hoop.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite a peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building, which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. God! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door was opening. It had to be Mr. Portsman. Yeah, whatever. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Well, thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. What does he have to say now? My God, my dog is pissing me off. And I have no other place to record. I'm the only one here, and I have to take care of him. So, yeah. You're making me mad. Oh, whatever. Good guy, anyway. Conjecture's rebuttal. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had a girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Really now? So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. So immediately there should have been something that kind of flew off the screen right there. He says that he was in his room the entire time. Okay. However, we found this note written by the victim that says, hey, look, I bought the 3 pieces of evidence, but it seems that you're out. Yeah.
Objection!
Liar. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Should I explain in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive you had Miss Bird open a door for you. And I believe that would be his office. Why? Well, we'll figure out right now. I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all the prints on my office's doorknob has been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. Detective Faith found you out, possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had a misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Oh boy, why am I laughing? Oh, and what's just so, my God, I can't speak. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of his office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. And there's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all. You even backed him, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own footprints would be on there. You just made it up now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that now, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up on here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only realized I had one. I just realized I had one just now as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I just told you sooner. Oh, great. Now is this about his alibi? If memory serves, you came back to this office around 2 a.m., correct? And if it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But exactly at that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure other detectives will corroborate with my story. It's a perfect alibi. Do you really think that's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe? Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m. You see? All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Huh. But how can we find out that flaw? Well, I guess we're going to figure it out next time, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. I'll see you guys later.